Hi, Brian here with Embrilliance. Today we're going to make a design using StitchArtist Level 1. The design that we're going to make is not going to use a bitmap as a background. Rather, we're going to begin with one of the Embrilliance StitchArtist library shapes. If you click on the library button, which is the third from the right on the main toolbar, that'll open up the library window, which has many different categories of designs that we've already drawn for you. There are well over 200 to choose from. I'll click through a couple categories just so you can see some of them. Today, I want to begin work with a simple heart shape. Now that I have the heart on my screen, I'm going to resize it using the sizing handles. Here I'm going to use the Shift key and make it larger in place. The next thing I want to do is make our heart into an applique. So I'm clicking the StitchArtist button and I'm going to click Applique on the shape. Let's click the S key on our keyboard so that we can zoom in and see what we've got. Now I'm going to go to the Applique Properties and click that tab and change this border stitch on this applique to a satin stitch. I'm also going to turn on Fabric Preview just for fun. The Fabric Preview picks up the color of the position stitch for the applique. If we click on that button, we're presented with the normal color window, which lets us change colors. I'll click OK to save the color we've got. Next, I'm going to add a monogram to this design using the True Type button. The True Type button opens up a window that lets me type and select a font. Here I'm going to use Lucida handwriting. It's a common font and has a nice consistent width, which is good for generating satin stitches. Click OK. Now that the objects are placed on top of the heart, we can select them in the object tree or by clicking on them. Here I want to select the B and size it up, again using my Shift key, and I'll reposition that slightly. It's okay if these designs overlap a little bit, but I think I want to adjust the position just a bit so that they just touch. Now I'm going to select those objects and turn them into a satin stitch. Now let's change the color because that's a little bit too dark for this presentation. And now we have an applique heart with a monogram sitting on top. Now for fun, let's create something decorative. Let's select a running stitch and we're going to draw with points. And the area I'm going to draw in is going to be down in this area, and I'm going to zoom in and pan down to that area using our navigation window. Yeah, we'll zoom out a little bit. Now, we're going to click a nice little scroll design, and I'm going to use it to show you how to adjust entry and exits, as well as how easy it is to click with points. So we're going to start clicking along to create a nice little curved scroll shape. And then we're going to right-click to end the object. This is going to stitch from the green bow tie along the points and end at the red bow tie, just the way we've done it. Now we're going to click another one, and we're going to start somewhere in the middle and click along. I'm not going to be real precise with this. Let's make that a run, and let's make another one. Make that a run. And now we have 3 runs set up as those shapes. But you'll see there's these little jumps. They're shown by the red dotted line. Let's open up our object tree and select those 3 runs. And now we're going to the Create menu, and we're going to click Auto Entry Exit. watch what happens to our jumps. They're gone. Now we also can play with these runs using the properties. We can set different stitch effects on them. And let's zoom out to see what we've made. Now I can also go back to my normal selection mode, and we're going to copy and paste that design. We'll mirror image it and move that to the other side. Now, just so I can see everything in one screen, I'm going to click A for all, which shows everything in one shot. That's kind of fun. The next thing I want to do is show you what a satin stitch would look like if we just use the satin border tool. First, I want to zoom to an area that I'm going to draw into. I'm going to draw into this area right here, and I'm going to select the StitchArtist button again so that I can start drawing with points. Click the StitchArtist button and then the Draw with Points button, and now we're just going to draw a simple curve, nothing real fancy. Right-click to end, and we're going to create that as a satin border. Now that doesn't really do much for me, so I'm going to change its properties. I'm going to click on the satin border properties. I'm going to make it wider, just for fun. And now I'm going to change the line and nib styles by clicking that property button in this window. The line thickness can either be consistent or it can change shape over the length of the design. Here I'm going to choose style 3 and have it come to a taper. The next thing I'm going to do is change the nib at the start. The nib is just the type of pen or the shape of pen that's used to do the drawing. Here I'm going to turn it to rounded. And now I'll click off of it so you can see the stitch. Let's go ahead and make another one. And we're going to start and end on that same shape. You'll notice it picked up the properties from the design we just drew. Let's click A to see what we've got. I think that's a pretty good design, and I think we've got a good lesson underway here. So let's stop there, and we'll pick up some more drawing in the next installment. See you soon.